Alright, welcome back to the Final Fantasy X Masters mod. In the last episode, we were able to take out the extractor and picked up Rikku along the way. And in this episode, we'll most likely be heading through the Thunder Plains. I don't remember what boss we have coming up next, but I think it is the Machina in the... I don't remember the name of it off the top of my head, but essentially where all the ice is. Okay, looks like our cutscene remover crashed at some point, so we're gonna quickly just reload our save. Try to power through this really quick. Okay, I'm gonna skip to right here. Kind of hard to like navigate where you're going when you don't have cutscenes to kind of inform you of which direction the game wants you to go. But with the power up for the Brotherhood, we now have half MP cost on Titus, which will be pretty helpful, I would say. Be a little bit more. What's the word? We can be a little bit more lenient with using haste.
For a while there.
Okay. Ready to go into the Thunder Plains. I am not looking forward to this. I know that these enemies are going to be pretty tough. I went ahead and grabbed Orin a... Did I grab that for the wrong person? I grabbed it for the wrong person. Hold on. Okay, well, I meant to grab Orin a Thunder Racer. But I guess I bought one for Waka by accident. So Waka will be the one hopefully taking most of the damage in these encounters. 1,000 health now. Petra Thunder.
Allow me.
Right. That thing is going to be a real pain to kill.
As you wish.
I don't think anybody by themselves can do 1,000 damage to that thing, aside from maybe Orin, but I don't think he can hit that.
Go with the flow.
I guess we'll have to try it out. We're also going to blow through a ton of MP early on here. Trying to kill all of this stuff. You can already tell. 2 Phoenix Downs. Yeah, so I'm not great at dodging the lightning bolts. I'll be real.
No, not like this.
Okay, so as I was saying, I'm not great at dodging the lightning bolts. I struggle with that a little bit. Hopefully that doesn't hurt us too much. Yeah, that's what I figured. But he's the only one that can actually hit that thing and kill it. Lulu doesn't do enough damage. That's obnoxious. Walker still have a sense around his weapon?
You called?
I think he does. I don't remember what it's weak to. Yeah, Lulu doesn't do enough damage. Warren can't hit it. I don't think he's going to ever be able to hit it. And I mean, I guess you can Leap Buster it, but you're only gonna be able to do that 3 times through this. So if you run into more than 3 of them.
What a mess.
Yeah, I feel like the Thunder Plains are going to drag for me. Specifically, this encounter is what's going to make it such a pain.
Good night. Yeah. Yeah.
That's cute. Over there. Stop that.
Back on the field. Yeah.
Whoops. Trying to censor it. Oh, that's sweet. I love that. I remember that happening all the time. Hmm. I don't know how much of these you want to really start going through. It's really making me want to get silence attack on somebody other than Waka, because his MP so low. Lulu's basically already out of MP, just trying to kill this one thing. Um, I think giving Kimari Silent Strike is Silent Attack is probably the best option. Blockage just doesn't have the MP to keep up with it, but Kimari has access to Lancet, so if at any point he does start to run low on MP, it's always possible for him to get that back against these enemies that are a little bit more MP reliant. Yeah, how much health does this thing have? Oh my lord. You know, I just need you to get a turn in, man. Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh yeah! Yeah! All right!
I think I have 2 ethers right now. Not sure how hell bent I am on using them just yet. Prefer to save them, obviously, if possible. Okay. I'm just, in a menu, but that's fine, I guess.
Please don't make it rumble.
I did not do a lot at all. You can almost just say it did nothing, really.
Back on the field!
Okay, it's already guarding. I had to at least take a turn before it did that. Thick party wipe.
What a mess. Farewell. That's how it's done.
Bruh.
No time to waste. Let's go.
I swear there hasn't been a single lightning bolt come out. Either that's not literally right after I come out of combat, or me coming out of a menu. I'm a little scared how much damage this thing's gonna do. $2,300 health left. If I don't know the best way to go about this. Okay. Wasn't too bad.
You like that?
The only problem with this formation is that I'm putting in my fastest characters, but I want to buff the characters that I actually need for the fight, and I can't do that because he just always goes first.
See ya.
Expecting like 2 or 3 more encounters here. If I could get Orin to use his overdrive, that would be ideal.
You called?
I foresee no difficulty.
He gets another turn. That's all I needed. Didn't kill the small one though.
Farewell.
Oh. That fight was a little scarier
it's
in the
done.
beginning than I thought it was going to be, but seems I have a somewhat okay strategy in place now. Albeit my strategy being using overdrives to not immediately die. Oh, we made it halfway.
I'm scared of light.
I think this was more the part that I was worried about though, like the second half. The first half was kind of a joke. Empty weapons, lightning wards. I don't really think lightning ward is going to do much for anybody aside from maybe Yuna, but I'm not going to take away her armor that she's using. Alright, let's power through the next part of
If it's okay.
Thunder Plains. I'm a little bit more worried about this half of the run, mostly just because obviously we're going to start seeing the Thunder Giants now, which is going to make this a little bit tougher. Yeah, I haven't really found an optimal way to get through that fight outside of just having an overdrive ready. Or that, like, that specific encounter, I should say. I feel like this one is also going to be a little bit tough. Quick note before I get into the changes for the Thunder Plains here, you probably already know there's a pretty big gap in boss fights here, with the next one being about another hour away. I usually try to include one boss fight for each video, but the gap here is a bit too much to clear, especially if running through Macalania Woods takes as long as any of the other areas. Anyways, we can use this time to talk about the changes to the party, with Rikku now joining us, and the couple of levels we received from the Extractor, and the changes to the enemies here in the Thunder Plains. Starting out, Rikku is going to see her agility lowered from 16 to 14, MP reduced from 85 to 8, defense increased from 8 to 11, magic increased from 10 to 16, accuracy increased from 5 to 12, and luck increased from 18 to 27. She starts her sphere grid a few nodes forward, locking you out of the steel option, but the node she starts on gives her 400 HP and 3 agility. Tias picks up 3 strength and 2 agility as well, while Waka grabs 3 strengths and the ability Drain. As for the enemies here in the Thunder Plains, the Melusin sees its HP increase from 265 to 1600, MP reduced from 65 to 0, strength increased from 20 to 30, magic defense is set to 120, and evasion is set to 8. Its resistance to sleep, silence, and darkness are reduced from 20 to 0, and like all its counterparts, uses a draining attack, this time inflicting sleep and poison to the party. The Kusariku had its HP increased from 445 to 4000, MP reduced from 31 to 0, strength increased from 32 to 40, magic increased increased from 35 to 44. Magic defense reduced from 120 to 0. Agility reduced from 7 to 4 and is now immune to thunder damage. It continues the trend of using guard on its allies, but it will occasionally drop its guard to threaten the party member that is next in turn order. It will attack with ultra quick hit or a thunder elemental breath attack once it is the last enemy. The viewer sees its HP increase from 230 to 1300, MP reduced from 250 to 10, magic increased from 22 to 34, magic defense reduced from 120 to 80, agility increased from 12 to 15 and now takes half damage from thunder attacks. Its resistance to sleep, silence, and darkness are reduced from 20 to 0 and has the auto zombie effect attached to it. Its attacks will now blind and slow and always targets the party member with the lowest HP. The gold element has its HP increased from 1200 to 2500, MP reduced from 180 to 10, magic reduced from 32 to 28, and its resistance to silence dropped from 20 to 0. It casts Tetra Thunder using thunder 4 times on the party. The arrows had its HP increased from 200 to 999, MP reduced from 220 to 20, magic increased from 16 to 26, agility increased from 11 to 12, and it is now weak to fire attacks but resistant to ice attacks. Its resistance to sleep, silence, and darkness were also lowered from 20 to 0. Its attacks will consist of Sloga, always prioritizing this if the party member it targets is not currently slowed. Otherwise, it will cast either Blizzara or Demi, and also counterattacks with Drain, meaning just hitting it a couple of times won't be enough. I didn't find this as difficult as the similar encounter on the Mushroom Rock Road, unless it was paired up with a Rikku, since you couldn't really get access to it easily. The larva sees its HP increased from 1498 to 5000, MP reduced from 1000 to 20, magic increased from 19 to 30, magic defense decreased from 45 to 0, agility increased from 10 to 15. It's granted resistance to fire attacks while being weak to ice attacks. Its immunity to poison, confuse, berserk, sleep, silence, darkness, and slow all have been removed and will counterattack with Thundara. Otherwise, it will cast Focus 5 times before targeting the lowest HP party member with Thundara. It will also cast Null Tide and Null Frost, respectively. The Cactuar had its HP increased from 500 to 1111, strength increased from 19 to 28, agility increased from 15 to 20, luck increased from 15 to 48, evasion decreased from 17 to 12, and chance to inflict poison increased from 1 to 25%. It is now resistant to fire, ice, and thunder attacks, while it is now susceptible to death, poison, zombie breaks, confuse, berserk, silence, darkness, and sleep. Finally, it is now immune to petrification. It will cycle its attacks and 1000 needles, along with counterattacking any special damage with 1000 needles as well. It will run away if it is not the only monster currently alive, or if its HP drops below 200. And our last enemy here in the Thunder Plains is the Iron Giant, with its HP increased from 3600 to 12,000, MP reduced from 1 to 0, strength increased from 30 to 45, magic defense increased from 0 to 60, agility increased from 7 to 10. It is now weak to fire and thunder damage, but is resistant to ice damage and cannot be petrified. Its immunity to confuse, berserk, and sleep were removed, along with its resistance to darkness being dropped from 95 to 0, and chance of threatening going from 50% to 100%. It will attack the party member with the highest HP for 2 turns, then use its Reaper attack to hit the entire party. Wasn't sure if it was going to cleave again. I didn't want to risk having everybody die. Come at the cost of all my potions, unfortunately. It might be worth in the future to switch Orin off of his counterattack weapon, because it only deals, of course, half damage. Those things, and he's going to be the main damage dealer since he's the only one with piercing on his weapon. Okay. Well, the good news is this time I have an overdrive to work with. I don't remember if this does enough damage to kill everything, unfortunately. Mostly just worried about the flying thing. heals. Really do me any good.
So be it.
Problem is, Orin's gonna get put to sleep. So even if he revives somebody, not gonna be enough. Somebody has an overdrive. I think I just messed this fight up, unfortunately. Maybe I can salvage it though.
Booyah!
It was a little tough to salvage, but made it work. I was kind of okay with resetting there, because of how much I messed the fight up. Fortunately, looks like this will be one more encounter before the save sphere. It's not too hard, depending on what we get, of course. This is a little tough, but not impossible. I think I'm okay using a Phoenix down just to make this fight a little easier, just to progress myself a bit. Can kind of go all out against everything since get all our MP and everything back anyway. I'm a little scared to kill this,
Allow me.
just because everybody's low HP already. I'm hoping that it won't matter as long as I put a dark attack on this. Yeah, that was kind of what I was worried about. I think I do need Orin for this fight. He's the only one that's gonna put up enough damage. we should be able to close this out now. Closer than I would have liked, but we made it. Alright, one more half to go. Probably about 3 or 4 more encounters, I would guess.
Farewell.
Got like 3 overdrives to work with to get me to the other side. That should be okay.
Focus.
Farewell. That's how it's done.
Probably one more encounter before we make it. Lots of overdrives to work with. Go with Yuna. We don't get to summon very much in this playthrough, so any chance that we get, I suppose, is a good thing. Maybe Ixion was best since they're all lightning elemental. I was just thinking that really matter, but alright, we won't make the same mistake as last time. We will use our attack as we are supposed to. Hopefully this kills everything. Otherwise I think they're gonna get a lot of turns in and we might die. Okay. Not too bad, actually. Alright, we're out of that frying pan.